you guys, welcome back to Southern Latitudes. I'm Robin, and this is just a couple hours after my last video, and I was in the house, and I was, it's kind of a crummy day. It's unusually hot, it's unusually humid, but it's too windy to work out there under the trees. And I thought, well, I got just a couple little odds and end things out here in the front yard with my butterfly garden, and I'll do those. But also I thought, oh, it'd be a great day to bake bread. And then we got to thinking about spaghetti and meatballs, and my company and I, and so we were just chatting, and then she's off to work. So I thought you'd like to see the process of me boiling the eggs for 3 minutes, and then you peel them kind of warm because they have a bit of a thick skin on them. As Jack puts it, it's like leather, like snake or lizard eggs or something like that. So anyhow, you peel that way, and then we just have them for like to throw on salads or fresh eating. You pop one in your mouth. So I'll show you that process. But for right now, and the bread, I'll show you how I made the bread. But for right now, this is my little front island, and I love this bed, but it's even got black industrial ground cover underneath it. But you see, this nutsedge just learned how to grow right through it, and it's not as bad as it was, but it's still pretty nasty stuff. Nutsedge. I'm sure every Floridian knows what that is and knows they hate it. So I usually do this about once a week, but I just haven't gotten to it with everything going on inside the house. So yeah, it's a chore somebody's got to do. So I just do it. Usually when I just potty buddy, I come out here and pick a few. It was a crazy summer, a lot of growth in here. I just need to cut a lot of things back and pull some stuff, and I got Gomphrena in cups, I've got Cosmos in cups, and then I have the spring Cosmos are trying to make their way back. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then, like, we had that 5 inches of rain last night, so I need to tidy up this hedge. Boy, has this thing gotten bigger than any other. This is Mexican heather. I've never had it get this big before in my life. The bees love it, but it's an untidy mess, yeah. And just can't even hardly see the bromeliad in there. And it gets better down here. I think that's Snow White or Snow Princess salvia, but we got to clean the weeds out from behind it. And this is Duranta erecta, which is not the happiest right this moment. It hasn't really been happy since I took this chunk off, but I don't think that was the reason why. I think it's just been waterlogged, very waterlogged, not happy at all. So we're just gonna let it be. I didn't bring fertilizer up here, but I should bring and fertilize this thing. Probably should fertilize everything, but for sure this. Oh, and I skipped over Plumeria. So this is a beautiful variety, unknown to me, but it's a little dwarf variety, or at least that's what they told me it was. It's pretty big. It's getting the rust on it. I don't treat for that. At least sometimes I'll treat it early before the leaves come out, and because it drops its leaves every fall. It's about to drop leaves. And then that's why there's no sense in trying to treat it. It's just, ugh, that's a mess. It's just going to be what it is. And then right before it pops out spring leaves, I usually treat it with a copper fungicide. I believe that's right. Aren't they just the prettiest little blooms, though? This is very nice. And like I said, we put it here by the house because we thought for sure it's dwarf. And we've had to cut and cut and cut on it. And I can already see I'm going to have to cut this whole section out. And maybe I'll find a friend who would like one of them. We can do just a little bit of tidying up while we're not under these big trees. Ooh, that sky's still pretty nasty, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want to be under anything, but I always have plenty of jobs, so this will probably take me just a few minutes, and I'll show you it when I'm done. Buddy, are you hot? Wow, when that sun is out, it kicks on so hot, doesn't it? Did you tell everybody it was your 5th birthday yesterday? Yeah, 5 years of playing in the garden and in dirt. Oh my goodness, he was a terrible digger. We're finally grown out of that. But he goes wherever I go, and he saw me go in that bed. Well, you guys, that's all I'm doing. Black cloud is coming over. The wind is picking up. I think we must have a front. I haven't checked my phone in a while, but I'm thinking we must be going to have another front. And I wanted to show you, oh, of course, one piece. Oh, you always find it when you start the camera. So the hibiscus, this is a beautiful hibiscus, which didn't really bloom very much today, but it's just an overachiever, super producer, and it's twined at the bottom. It was a try, but we lost one right from the get-go, and so it's a double base twined together. Anyhow, and we've had all sorts of things in here, but we just decided to let it go and just pull the weeds for right now. I may put something else in it, you know, for winter or early spring, probably early spring. And over here, we made a big change. I took off 2 of the lower limbs of that plumeria that were heading under the window. I was trying to find balance with the wall, and I'm still a little bit on this side of it, but it's still better. And that way it gives the orange crossandra a chance to get a little light. And like I said, this is salvia in here, but oh, and I see, oh, again, weeds. Anyhow, I did what I could. I'm still contemplating on pulling those out, but not today, running out of time. And then I just had a little red solo cup of zinnias. I just tossed them in there. This is a helenium, which is Dakota Gold, and I see it made a baby right next to it. That's pretty cool. This is porterweed. It looks like it's falling over, but when I checked it, it's actually not. It's just growing outward, you know, the best it can to reach the sunlight, and then it's falling over this red penta. And then we have the raspberry gomphrenias you saw just get put in. There's a Daring Deception daylily. Now it's a baby, and it did bloom this spring, but it'll probably bloom more next spring. And this is a Alternanthera purple prince. This looks like this all year long. Doesn't matter if it's getting down to freezing or if it's 115 degrees. I love this plant. I didn't even touch it. Some sort of bromeliad, and then I just cleaned up this area. This is where the rain really drives through, and also over here kind of close to that. I don't know how the gomphrena is going to do, the one like right there, but we'll keep going. This is spiderwort, right? Uh-oh, yeah, this storm is, oh my gosh, it's almost here. All right, let's wrap it up. Yarrow. How do you guys say it? I always say yarrow, but that is not how they say it in the Western United States. They say yarrow, I think. And then I have a hibiscus. Oh, I cut it down, but it's coming back. It is coming back, and then it is about to put on some blooms. I might have cut it too hard right before it was going to bloom. I'm still learning this plant. This is my first time having this in my yard, which I'm very happy about. But I think I trimmed it and then it wanted to bloom. I made a boo-boo. This is a hibiscus, and okay, I took out the sweet tart tick seed, or also known as coreopsis. I took it out and then realized how alive it was down in here. So I popped it right back on the ground, and then I put the Senia cosmos in over here. So cosmos and coreopsis, not the same thing, but they kind of look similar. The white Gara, let me squeeze in over here. So there you go, there's the bloom on it. I left a couple that look like they may come back and bloom, and then it's got new growth in it, so we left all that. And then we're back to the white heather, which I just kind of trimmed up the side. I just pulled, oh yes, I just pulled out some of this weed, and look at it. See how it's like little, I don't know what you call it. It's a beautiful little weed or ground cover. I guess it's a weed if you don't want it. But it was all through here, and I got to thinking, if it does that again next summer, I may just leave it. I seriously, instead of spending all the money on rock, and oh my goodness. Okay, the rock was so beautiful in the beginning, not so great afterwards. But we had to put the black plastic down to cover. I mean, this was a weed mess from the very beginning. We pulled all this out in 2020 to give you a backstory, and then we put down the fabric, and then we cut little holes. Well, that was all fine and dandy. We started with the rock, couldn't afford more rock with all the furloughs and so forth, and then we just have kind of never made it a priority. And like, I could go buy the rock today, but at this point I'm not sure. It looks so dingy, especially with the pine needles in there, and I really like this little weed, and it was doing a great job of making ground cover. I don't know, y'all tell me what you think in the comments below, okay? So that's it for just a teeny tiny front yard makeover. Not makeover, that's too strong. It's just like a little cleanup after a wild summer. And so I'm really happy about that. Everything looks a little bit better under control. At night we have our orange lights out. My son decorates the house for pretty much all the holidays, and I'll help him. Here comes rain. But he is definitely the house decorator. I woke up a week ago, the other morning, I woke up and I was like, the whole room is covered in cobwebs and spiders. Like, okay. All right, we didn't really celebrate Halloween, you know, when they were little, but they like it now. You know, he likes it now. It is what it is. So, okay, I'm going to get in, you guys. Oh, no, let me take you and show you the bread. Here we go. Homemade bread, y'all. Smells amazing. Yep, my company sent me up. It's beautiful. It didn't rise as high as I wanted, but it's okay. It'll eat good. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, it's hot. I should let it cool more. But there you go. There's that beautiful bread. Y'all take care. God bless. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.